Hey guys, Cactuz here. Welcome to my Cactuzville channel. Today we're going to be looking at a program I use to manage image references on a project. This free program is called PureRef and can be found at pureref.com. Once there, click on the Get PureRef button, select your operating system. You can additionally use the drop down box to select a different version of the program, but in my case I'm going to keep the default installation, which is the 64-bit installer. You then scroll down and it will ask you for a contribution, although if you click the custom amount you can place 0 in there if you want. And if you scroll down once again you'll see that it is free and you can click the download button. Once it is downloaded, run the installer and then accept the terms of the license agreement and then click next. Select the destination folder, click next again and then click install. Once installed, click the next button and click finish and it will start running PureRef for you. For this project I'm going to pretend that I'm in Blender and I'm going to be trying to make a log cabin. I could just make a log cabin out of my imagination, however it makes it much easier if you have some reference images to copy bits and pieces from. So in this example I've gone to Google Images and I've typed in log cabin. You could of course just scroll up and down this page to look at various images. However, the problem with this is that the images are all small and it's difficult to go back and forth from images if they're in different places on the page. The other option is to right click each image you're interested in and open them in a separate Google tab. This still means you have to flick between the tabs and you can't see several images at the same time. So this is where PureRef comes in. It creates a workspace that you can add any amount of pictures to and then allows you to move and resize them with ease. Okay, so on the screen I've got PureRef on the left and I've got the Google Images open on the right. All I then have to do is find the image I want and drag and drop it onto the PureRef workspace. Now as you can see on this example, it pulled the picture but also had these other bits underneath that I don't want. So you can just individually select them and press the delete key. This is actually the first time this has ever happened to me, and as you see from the next examples this doesn't happen. You can also hover your mouse over the corner of each image until you see a curved arrow. This will allow you to rotate each image. So I'll just drag across another couple of images onto the workspace. And I can simply click on each one and move them around the workspace. I can also click and drag one of the corners to enlarge or shrink the images. And to manually rearrange the images you can just click and drag them. You can also move the entire workspace within the window by pressing and holding the mouse's middle button. You can select multiple images by holding down the shift key and clicking each one. Alternatively, you can use a click and drag selection box. Or if you want all the images, you can just use Ctrl and A. Once you've selected the images, you can right click on the workspace and a menu will appear. Scroll down to Images and then down to Arrange and select Optimal. You could additionally select Ctrl P. This will nicely tile your images on the workspace. And you can move all selected images together by clicking and holding your left mouse button and moving your mouse. Now if you select all the images again, then right click the workspace and select Images, then Normalize, and then by width. This will resize all the images so they've got the same width. You should note that this does not distort the images. They each retain their own aspect ratio. And if I go back in and arrange them by optimal, they look far more organised. The lighter grey area in the window is the workspace, and if you right click on this and then go down to Canvas and then select Optimize, it will shrink to encapsulate all the images. Now if I pull across a fourth image from Google and then enlarge it beyond the workspace, you'll see that the workspace automatically expands. Now I'm going to select all 4 images now and I'm going to normalise the widths and arrange them optimally, exactly like before. Now as you can see, this time it put them all in a column. If I want to move the entire workspace, I can click and hold the mouse middle button and then move it around. I should also say that if you want to zoom in and out, you just use the scroll wheel. And I can select one or more images and just drag and drop them to wherever I want. Now let's just move this one image back to the left column and then separate the columns a bit. As you can see, the images on the left are the exterior of the cabin and the one on the right is the interior. What we can do is put notes on the workspace as well. You can either right click on the workspace and select note, or you can use the Ctrl and N shortcut. Now you can type in exterior, and I'll put another one up on this side for interior. You can also click and drag these notes anywhere you want. If you select a note, you'll see two letter T icons on the left. The top one, when selected, will allow you to change the text colour, and if you select the bottom one, it will change the background colour. If the colour that you select from the selection gradient looks a bit duller, that's because you probably noticed that the opacity is actually set to 20 as a default. Increase or decrease that slider to your liking. If you need help at any point, you can right click the workspace and select the help option at the top, or you can use the Control and H shortcut. This will bring up a small window that will show you all the basic controls, and it also gives you a link to all the key bindings. Anyway, I hope this guide shows you what PureRef can do. You can tell me down in the comments what you think of this program, and whether you think you'll use it for your next project. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Cactuz signing off.